Welcome back, I guess, if you were at the live stream this morning, which was not anywhere near as electric as the first round last night, right? And it's the law of diminishing returns. The NHL really did try to drag out that draft as much as possible, though, right? I expect round 7 to finish sometime on Wednesday, is my guess. This rate, Wednesday. So there were some big trades made, and there were some clarifications on a trade that was made yesterday as well that have come out since I discussed that trade. So let's go through it. Starting off with Florida, and I'm wearing a Florida jersey, and I debated about whether or not to wear Columbus, because Columbus made some big moves. And I don't mind the moves Columbus made, to be honest. But, for Florida, picking up Sam Reinhart, they did it. Now, here's the thing with Buffalo. I understand he's a restricted free agent. I understand they may not have felt they had a lot of leverage. But he's a restricted free agent, so you have the rights to him. So you can sit down and figure this out. You can say to Florida, hey, all right, sit down, talk contract with them. And then maybe, work something else. But what they get back is a 22 first-round pick, which is top 10 protected. So if that's a top 10 pick, it moves to 2023, as well as goaltender Devin Levi. I like Devin Levi. I think he's going to be a National Hockey League goaltender. That being said, Buffalo doesn't get a roster player back. They don't get anybody back who's going to play for them this year, or likely next year either. So, to me, that's a loss for Buffalo, where you're trading a guy who's in his prime, and there's no guarantee on what you're getting back. In fact, even though next year's draft is kind of sort of stacked, if it's a top 10 pick, it's not yours. So it's a loss for Buffalo. And it's really dropped what I think they're going to get for Eichel. I've got a feeling that what they get for Eichel is going to be really underwhelming. So, yeah, a day after the Ristolainen deal that looked pretty good for Buffalo, this one happens, and it looks less good. And so we'll see what happens. There was also a trade between Columbus and Philly, which surprises me only because Voracek, $8.25 million in cap is what he gets. Cam Atkinson, $5,875,000 is his cap hit. I think Atkinson's going to have a bounce back year, and I'm kind of surprised Columbus makes this deal. So I think Philadelphia wins this trade. Now Voracek may very well bounce back too. We'll see. Voracek no stranger to Columbus, so we'll see how this works out. Of course, Voracek had been rumored to be on his way to Philadelphia for years, and so now it happens. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty big deal. I think for Philadelphia, I think they're really trying to shuffle up the deck here, change things around, and we'll see how it works out. I like Philadelphia's end of this deal, but I do like the overall picture of what Columbus has done so far in the offseason. Of course, Makar made big news this morning too, signing a $9 million a year extension, $54 million over 6 years. So there's your template, Jim Benning, for Quinn Hughes. I would say 6 years sounds about right, and $9 million a year is too high for Hughes, but I could see it being 7.5, 7.5, and you go from there. But yeah, Cale Makar's worth every penny. Cale Makar's one of those guys. He, Connor McDavid, others that whatever money they get, you can still look and go, it's reasonable, because you know Makar's going to produce. He is the most electrifying young defenseman in the league. And as soon as this upcoming season, he could end up being the guy that we look at and say, you know what? He's probably ahead of Hedman. He's probably the best defenseman in the league. So, good signing for Colorado. Now they can circle back on Landeskog or decide to look in another direction. We shall see. The draft from last night. So again, this is more of a clarification plus the trade that happened afterwards. So Seth Jones goes to Chicago along with the 32nd pick, which was made last night. That's Nolan Allen. So it's Nolan Allen and Seth Jones in exchange for Adam Boqvist. He goes to Columbus along with a 2021 first, which is Cole Sillinger, a second-round pick, who they would then flip, and a 2022 first-round pick. So you get Boqvist, Sillinger, and a 2022 first, and you get Jake Bean. So you lose Seth Jones. Jake Bean comes over from Carolina. He's a former first-round pick himself. The pick going to Carolina is the number 44 pick from Chicago, and that's Alexei Heimo-Salmi. So not too shabby a day for Columbus at all between yesterday and today. And again, we'll see with the Voracek trade how that turns out. I do like that from the Philly side, though. But Jones, of course, signs that huge extension with Chicago. That will become official on Wednesday, I do believe. And yeah, it's a lot. And they've already got pictures of the Jones brothers together. Of course, they drafted Colton Dock as well into Chicago. So the Dock brothers, the Jones brothers, can put all the brothers together. And we'll see how that goes for them. I think it's interesting, too. I've seen Chicago fans saying, well, Boquist wasn't that good this year. It'll be fine. Boquist is a 20-year-old kid. Defensemen aren't usually their finished product is 20-year-old kids. Um, yeah, I think Boquist is going to get a lot better. So I like this for Columbus. You get Boquist, you get Bean, you get some depth on the blue line, and you trade out Atkinson for Voracek. So we'll see what Columbus does from here. And for Florida, honestly, I consider this kind of highway robbery from Buffalo. But I'd be interested to know what you guys think in the comment section below as always. I know there's fans of other teams saying, well, wait, if that's all it takes for Reinhart, why wasn't my GM on the phone with them? Maybe they were. Maybe Buffalo is that sold on Devin Levi, which is weird because they've got Luukkonen coming up, and Luukkonen looks like their goalie of maybe the present, depending on what happens with Ullmark, right? So we'll see. But there you go. That's the news so far for today. A 3.5-hour live stream. So if you lasted through that live stream today, kudos to you. The two live streams have combined about, what, 7.5 hours between them? Yeah, that's a lot. So yeah, that's how you get your watch time up. Though if you're starting a channel, you do your live streams to get your watch time up. That was something that was told to me early on with my channel. That was like 4 years ago. I was told, yeah, live streams. But yeah, so there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happen upon this video. And we will have, I'm sure, other news coming out today. Remember, I am leaving the house. We are going to a meetup at 4 o'clock, so we'll be leaving here around 3 o'clock. So, right? Things could still happen, probably while I'm not home, and videos will go up after that. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. The channel over 208,000 subscribers now. Ridiculous numbers. But hey, thanks for coming out to the meetups, as I said. If you're coming out to this one, thanks for coming out to the live stream and or other live streams as well. Remember, for the Free Agent Frenzy, we will be doing a live stream on that as well. Thanks again for all your support. I will talk to you guys soon.